Well, the sun is just starting to brighten the horizon a bit. It's about 7 o'clock. Frost on the roof of my shop out there. And I am heading to Oriental this morning. I'm going to look at another boat. I wanted to look at a Liberty Yachts Pied Piper 28. It's in the water down there. So I'm gonna do a little road trip. Well, I made it down here. This is a Pecan Grove Marina and Oriental. Now I've got to find the boat. I have no idea where it's at, so it's gonna take a while. Okay, so I found it. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so it looks like it's got an autopilot. And of course, compass, phone holder. Feels like the floor might be a little bit questionable. Might need some reinforcing under that. I'm getting a little bit of motion there. No huge deal. Lazarette storage. Split back stay. Yeah. At first glance, the rigging looks to be decent. Have to check it out a lot more thoroughly. I'm gonna probably be buying it without the motor. I've got a motor at home I can put on it temporarily. That outboard is temporary because the inboard diesel is currently not running. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have no idea. Self-tailing Newmar winches. I think these were for propane tanks on the sides there. Looks like it's got refrigeration in there, it looks like. Mid-boom traveler. Okay. Depth and speed, they're pretty old stuff. Don't have any idea if they work or not, but they're pretty old. Got shore power connection. I'll try to get a better video of the boat after I've kind of looked it over. I'll go get my other camera or my gimbal or something and try to make it a little better. Deck step mast. Canyon mast. Halyards look usable. Nothing terrible. Like I say, the rigging looks okay. No meat hooks or anything anywhere. No rusty spots. I think that's a mixture of stainless and bronze hardware on the boat. It's got teak toe rails, which are comfortably high. I like that. A little bit of a bowsprit there for hanging an anchor on. Looks like that may have been replaced before there, but it looks good. No obvious soft spots or anything that I've seen yet, or felt walking. And I don't think that cockpit sole is soft. I think it just needs a better backer. Doesn't feel soft, but there's a bit of motion in that helm where the floor is flexing slightly. Let's check out these. Have a pretty nice door head box there. Cockpit range. That is the new main. That's a brand new main. Just purchased like very, very recently. I think he said he paid like $2,500 for it. Little AC sitting there. It's not bad. I like it. It's not bad. I'm gonna turn the camera off for just in a little bit and just look really, really close. But right now I'm just trying to give you just a quick first impression. Little sink, nice little sink area there. Looks like it's just cold water. Nice gimbaled stove there with the pot holder on it and all that. Got teak there. The ice box has a refrigeration in it, which that's good. It's got a cold plate in it. Pretty good size. That's there for a towel, hand towel. Nice little curved door. Cut out for ventilation, looks like it's a shrimp. That seems to be the motif or the theme for this boat. Sometimes they had dolphins, different ones, different sea creatures. Wooden countertops. It's actually kind of nice. Okay. Looks like maybe an inverter down there. Can't quite tell. I'm gonna have to get back to my truck and get my light where I can see. Access to all the plumbing and things like that in there. That's good. I like these little woven door panels. They give you total privacy, but let just a little bit of ventilation through. That's kind of nice. Like teak strips. It does have the typical faucet shower head sink combination there, which is typical for a little boat like this. An opening port in here, but it's tight, but what you'd expect on a small boat. I mean, it is a pretty small boat. You know, it's a 28-foot boat, but I am a little over 6 foot tall, and it has total headroom for me. I used to be 6'1". I've probably shrunk a bit, but still, it's got like 6 foot 2 inch headroom in the center all the way through the boat. Just barely can get in and out of the head with my head crouched just a little bit, but it's doable. Nice trim. The woodwork looks pretty good. It just needs to be cleaned good. It's got 8 bronze opening ports with screens. I'm guessing these panels here come out to have foot room for being able to stretch out on these here, whatever you call them, these little settees. It's interesting. Not bad. Not bad. I like it. I'm gonna have to move some things around to be able to get a good look at everything. Radio. Got like melamine or something up there and around. Gets to the back of the electronics, which makes it kind of nice and easy. I like all the opening ports. I like the headroom. It does give you a bit more windage on the boat, with the boat, but storage everywhere, like you would typically expect. It's just a power strip coming over to here, and this is a GPS, looks like. So like I say, the electronics is old. Electronics are old, but that's okay. The price is right. TV here with the Roku. There used to be a folding table right there. which is not there anymore. I have to remember to ask him about that, see if he still has the table. I'd probably rather have the table than the TV. Yeah. Ceiling looks pretty good, although that ceiling is not teak. That looks like fur, which is fine. Fur lasts, especially inside, lasts longer than long as teak. Looks good. Fur is lighter. Fur is used quite often in boats as well. Even exterior, fur lasts a long time. And that looks like what I would call clear fur, which is really hard to find nowadays. Looks like that forward hatch has leaked at some point in time. A little bit of water damage, but nothing terrible. Cushion's kind of bad. Looks like you had a feather pillow in here. Again, the ceilings are made out of what? Oh, these here actually look like oak. It kind of looks like oak. I'm not sure. Or is it ash? I'm not sure. Kind of hard to tell with the varnish on it. That actually might be ash. Either way, it's all right. Some definite damage. Rotten areas around. These windows supposedly have just recently, like within the last 6 months, been removed and rebedded and put back in. Just looking at the screws, it's hard to tell whether the screws. Yeah, it looks like they might have been taken out. Yeah, I'm looking for scratches in the patina, and it looks like they probably were taken out. So if they've been rebedded, then that's solves the leak problem. For but this is a pretty small little piece right here to have to put back in anyway. So that's not a big deal. Lots of wood trim. And here's the engine. It's a Volvo Penta 2001. I think it's a 21 horsepower. Got the hand crank here. I can turn it over by hand. I turn the compression off here, and I can turn it a complete rotation so it's not froze up. And then when I flip that down, it's got good compression. I can just barely turn it, and then when it hits the compression stroke, it's extremely difficult to get it to flip over then, which means it's got good compression basically. But it's been tampered with, and some stuff's missing. There's an alternator missing. There's a belt missing. There's some connections not connected here. I'm not sure what's going on with what. That should be the water pump, which is disconnected. The exhaust is disconnected. But the engine doesn't look that bad as far as outward appearance. So, and it's got compression and it's not froze up. So that tells me I should be able to get it running. It sure would be a lot easier to take it out and take it home to work on it than in here, but it should run. Clean fuel, clean air. I bet I can get it to run. If not, I've got another motor sitting in my shop that would drop right in. I've got a Westerbeek 21 horsepower, I believe it is, or thereabouts, that should just fit right in that hole. Transmission and all, so I've got a secondary option there, but I think I'd try to get this motor running first. I'm going to get on the internet with it and do a little research and see how expensive parts are. And like I said, right this minute, I don't even know what I need. I don't know why people take things apart and then leave them disassembled. That's looks like a fuel hose laying there. Got the banjo fitting on it down there at the bottom. The bilge has a little bit of water in it, not much, but it's the water that your pumps typically can't quite pick up right down at the bottom. It's got a Recor fuel filter there. It says B size more. Not sure what all that means, but it's disconnected. Fuel's disconnected. Your fuel's shut off here. I don't know if there's any fuel in the tank or not. There's the tank right there. Now to get to the underside of that steering helm assembly is way back there above the tank. That's going to be a bear to get to. It looks like there may be access from the lazarette coming this way to it. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll have to double check all that. The mounts don't look terrible. It's just so much stuff disconnected. It's crazy. They did put duct tape over the opening, so that's good. That should be where the exhaust came out, right there. And then it's got the little Vetus water, whatever you call those things, a little, not exactly a muffler, but the little water trap thing there, and then the exhaust goes out. Don't really like the way that exhaust is done. It's got a PVC fitting in it, which is, even with a wet exhaust, I don't think I'd do that. So there's some definite mechanical work to be done, but the boat itself I kind of like. It'd make a good little weekend getaway for me.